I created these two paintings and they look very similar, but this one is made with watercolor and this one is done with oil pastels. So if you are interested in creating this type of artwork and want to get a professional looking result easily, then stay with me for the next few minutes. I'll show you the full process from the outline to colors, depth and contrast, and also showing you how these two mediums are different. So without any further delay, let's get started. Let's take a quick look at the materials. I'm using 200 GSM 25% cotton watercolor paper and I cut it to my required size, which is 23 cm by 18 cm. For colors, using 24 sets watercolor set. I also have a few brushes along with the soft tissue and of course plenty of clean water. Now I am starting with a very basic outline using a mechanical pencil. Try to keep your sketch as light as possible. If you want more accurate outline, you can definitely use the grid method. It helps a lot, especially for beginners. Next, I am adding clean water droplets here and there because I am going to use one of the most common watercolor techniques, wet on wet. First, wet the paper properly and then gently apply the color. Let's see what happens. For those areas, I am preparing a very light mix of cobalt blue. Now repeating the same process with the crimson color on the bottom side of the page. For the right bottom area, again using cobalt blue because I want to create an interesting color composition. This will also give the painting a nice abstract look. Now let the color spread naturally with the water. If there is any extra color in some areas, simply lift it out gently with the help of soft tissue. When that's look good, let the whole page dry completely. After the paper is fully dry, we'll move to the next step. Here I am using the technique wet brush on dry paper. With the help of zero size brush, applying a slightly thicker color consistency on the deer and the others important parts. For the darker tones, I am using indigo blue, trying to build a nice 3D effect by adding shadow, depth and small details. For the background trees with a light consistency of ceylon blue, that gives the painting a beautiful foggy misty effect. In this wildlife scenery, I wanted to create a beautiful connection between the deer's antler and the tree's branches. I tried to show the sense of oneness between nature, the trees, and the animals, so they feel connected beyond just shapes. Now moving to the foreground, I am mixing burnt umber and indigo blue to create a few darker trees and their branches. This helps add more depth and balance to the composition. To make the painting feel more lively and interesting, I am using crimson to add tiny flowers on the branches. These small details make a big difference and give the artwork more magical look. And this is the final touch. The painting is almost complete. Now let me show you the oil pastel artwork process, and after that we will talk about the different challenges between these two mediums. Again, I started with the similar outline, almost the same color composition. The main difference is that this time I am replacing watercolor with oil pastels. I am using a 48 set soft oil pastel sets, which is really easy to blend and very beginner friendly, and my rough textured paper around 200 GSM. For the background, I started with the color sky blue and ceylon blue and then blended the colors smoothly with the cotton bud. Next, I am using Prussian blue to create shadow and add more details. For blending this type of smaller areas, I am using color pencil as a blending tool. It really helps create sharp edges and keeps the subject nicely separated from the background. For some extra fine details, I am using graphite pencil because with oil pastel sometimes black is the easiest way to add tiny details. So as you can see, these two mediums are quite different and the final result also look very different. Every medium has its own pros and cons. In oil pastels we get many ready-made color options and blending feels easier but not as watercolor painting. When it comes to watercolor, you need to be little extra careful because it is a very transparent medium and it does not easily hide your mistake. Compared to many other mediums, watercolor can be more challenging, but that is also what makes it so fun and exciting to create with. While making this type of trees, I always keep one thing in my mind: the leaves and the branches should not all look the same. This simple idea makes the trees feel much more natural and realistic. For the flower, I am using hot pink shades which give the painting a very vibrant and lively look. The artwork is almost complete now, and finally I am adding few white dots to bring more richness and highlight details. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching.